dictatorship. We're going to be filing more and more detailed reports on this on the radio show and on the nightly news. Now, here is the big news. Document Cam, please. For PrisonPlanet.tv viewers. A future for drones, automated killing. Now, again, this has been going on for at least 2 decades with the automated killing. These are completely automated, pre-programmed with no human activity. And the final phase is being worked on to have robot repair shops on aircraft carriers, mobile factories they can build and set up where humans have to upkeep the systems, but then the robots will take care of the drones, and then robots will fully pilot and control the drones themselves. Now, why is this so central? Because they're already using 30-year-old combat swords in Iraq and Afghanistan, combat killer robots. The classified stuff, and I've talked to Marine Corps officers and others who've given me what they can, just like Bob Bowman, former head of Star Wars, has given me what he can for stuff that's up in orbit. They have got killer robots right out of the movies, right out of Terminator, right out of it. And reportedly, they've even got them with the skull faces to freak people out as a psychological warfare development. But mainly they're tracked vehicles and multi-legged vehicles. There's not 2-legged ones. God help us, ladies and gentlemen. They've got declassified mini tanks that look like something out of a science fiction movie, bristling with guns on them. They've got it all. And this is all designed by the globalists to target the individual, to target the nation, to target the Congress, to target the governors, to target humanity, the chemicals, the biologicals, the drugging of the food and water, the poisoning. It's a full spectrum dominant system, okay? All of us are under attack. Every member of the military, every police officer, everybody that serves this in a compartmentalized fashion, every bureaucrat. There is no way to make a deal with this. It's in-game. It's set up the global control grid, and it's growing the tentacles. It's growing the cage right now. Once the cage is in place, the globalists have stated they will begin to release the Megadeth bioweapons. We've got to stop it before it gets to that. And exposure of this program is not enough. This is not science fiction. Here's Washington Post. I told you that by 2012, because the Pentagon said this 5 years ago, they would begin to announce this to the public. One afternoon last fall at Fort Benning, Georgia, 2 model-sized planes took off, climbed 800 and 1,000 feet, and began crisscrossing the military base in search of an orange, green, and blue tarp. The automated, unpiloted planes worked on their own with no human guidance, no hand or any control. For 20 minutes, one of the aircraft carrying a computer processed images from the onboard camera, zeroed in on the tarp, and contacted the second plane, which flew nearby and used its own sensors to examine the colorful object. Then they did the simulated airstrike. Now, you're like, oh, well, those are little craft. They do it scaled down on little cheaper craft, so there's not accidents that people notice, and so it's cheaper to then upgrade once it's been tested, just like in an air tunnel, up to the next level of medium drone, then high-powered drone. And I've learned from police contacts, and I brought it up to the Austin police chief when he was in here with his aide-de-camp, and the other guy said, oh, you're right, and Arde Saveda said, I'm here to talk, before they came in. And actually, the little nice guy, jolly Fed act went away, and he looked at his underling and said, I'm the one doing the talking here, don't talk. And the guy was like, oh, yes, sir. And I was like, oh, so you got those laser couplers and those big trucks, and you're jacking into federal surveillance grids. The guy's like, yeah, we are, yeah. And the police chief's like, be quiet. He was like, and this is an operative. He's like, my God, you're letting an American patriot know what our op is. Well, you're under attack as well, no matter what you think you've bought into. You'll find out. We'll be right back. Stay with us. We are back live, and we're talking about Terminator. You know, The Matrix is from a 1970s document that was declassified in 2000. We covered it. I put it in my book, Descent into Tyranny, where they said that their goal by 2025 was to have everyone with a brain chip wired into a central tracking system through the internet. that DARPA and the Pentagon invented. And they said that finally they would try to insert everyone into energy tanks and that we would all become virtual creatures living in pods. And so you see movies like The Matrix, whether they're going to be successful with this or not, that is actually their plan. And, of course, that's pretty much what they tell their mid-level people. They plan to just kill everybody and perhaps store the intellect and the essence of some of their favorite minions in The Matrix. You've got Ray Kurzweil running around as their high priest right now, selling transhumanism that's really neo-eugenics. These are all the false sub-level religions for the people that are truly uninitiated. In the final equation, this is a death cult, a scientific, technocratic death cult. Now, continuing, a future for drones, automated killing. And I want to show you this headline by Peter Finn. And the Pentagon said back in 2002 that by 2012, they wanted half of their ground vehicles, their attack vehicles, and at least half of their aircraft to be fully drone, fully automated, including even many of the troop transport aircraft. And obviously in several states now, like Arizona, they've passed laws allowing Google vehicles, trucks, to be on the roads, and they've been in all sorts of wrecks, and Google has covered all that up and been caught lying about it. That just happened a few weeks ago, another big wreck. And the system is going to get behind it and allow it, and then they're going to say, well, the machines, the computers it shows are much safer statistically, and it's going to cut down on deaths on the road, so you're not allowed to drive. And they're going to phase it in. Toyota and others have talked about this with MIT a few years ago, with at first the computer will, when you're 16, not let you drive and track what you're doing and take control and tell you you're making mistakes and also report on you to the police department. That's been announced by Toyota. They're pioneering it. And then they'll just completely phase all of that out. It's all about being bossed at by the technocratic computers. Meanwhile, the drones are flying overhead, the big dirigibles surveilling, ground-penetrating radar, scanning your houses, local police through threat fusion centers, dialing into your phone line, dialing into your cell phone anytime they like. 95% or more of the cops don't know this, but over time they'll all be brought in to be told it, as the public is now being told. Oh, yeah, OnStar's listening to you and tracking everything you're doing. Oh, yeah, Google's doing it. Oh, yeah, there's cameras inside the restrooms and public schools and colleges and rest stops. It's all for your safety. Oh, yes, but we can't stop those drug cartels because we're shipping the drugs in and the guns out.